Hello, I'm Gordon from Creeping Toad, and I'll be your artist for this Stone and Water Winter Woodland Windows workshop. Try saying that fast. We had been hoping to have a beautiful lantern-lit wander through the woods of Buxton in February of 2021. That's not going to happen. People are welcome to go and have their own little wanders through the woods on their own or with their family, but we can't organise anything bigger. So instead, we're inviting people to take the woods into their homes and turn their windows into lanterns so that anyone walking along the street might just see a winter woodland window full of wonder. And perhaps we'll share a little bit of joy with each other. There's another workshop, a parallel one, that makes tiny woodland lanterns. And you can find that at the link that's appearing just now. But for this activity, we're making big window pictures. And for that, if you get one of our free kits that we're giving out in Buxton and the surrounding areas, you get a bit of cardboard this size, which is a bit big for me to demonstrate with. So I'm going to make a smaller one. Let's get started. For this first bit, we need something to protect a tabletop, so I'm just using a bit of old plastic. A cutting mat or something similar that we can lean on. Or a piece of card. Piece of chalk. A craft knife or something similar, or just a pair of sharp scissors. First thing to do is draw your tree, or whatever. If you can, don't draw right up to the edge of the cardboard. Keep a nice sort of border or a margin there, and that'll help make everything stronger. We're talking about trees, but what you draw is of course entirely up to you. You could make just about anything. It'd be quite nice if it had a woodland connection, but that's up to you. Now, chalk is great, really easy to draw with. Let's just do this very quickly. Little tree drawing song. And if I wanted some bits going across, I could just draw some lines to remind me. To cut it out, I can use my knife. I could use scissors. With scissors, we might find that we need to pierce into the middle. If you're doing that, a little bit of modelling clay underneath could help protect everything, and it gives you something to aim with your scissors for. Do that and then just start cutting. I'm going to do this with my craft knife, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Right, here we go, all ready for action. I've been cutting out bits. There's a great big piece there. And here is my tree. Now, before I start adding colour to this, final other touches are realising you've missed a bit. There we go. Let's take that one out. Look at the spaces we've got. And if there's any really big gaps like this, we might want to strengthen those. If you've been cutting out with scissors and you find you've had to perhaps cut in from one side, like here, to get in, use some of these scraps to strengthen that margin so we don't have a weak sheet. For these bits, as I said, they are maybe a bit big. They might feel a bit weak, make the whole thing a bit floppy, so I'm just going to cut out some little branches, and I think I'll stick a few bits across here to make that stronger. I've got quite a lot of black space here and here, so I think I might cut out a few smaller shapes as well. So I'm going to do that now. Right, here we go, ready for the final phases. I've added a leaf down here, and there's a little bird up there. I don't know if that's just showing up, there we go, little bird there. Now before I start adding colour, as I said, I'm going to reinforce some bits. So let's just take this. I've got some PVA and water here. quite a thick PVA mix. You might not even want any water at all, but it does make things a little easier shortly. And all this work I'm doing is on the back of the picture. I haven't turned it over yet, just so that I don't end up having chalk marks on the front of it. So let's see. I think that feels probably reinforced enough. Maybe another bit across there. You do need to be a little bit careful because the chalk can sort of get in the way of the glue and make a barrier to the glue. So just make sure it's all working okay. Now it could go in a window like this and it would look lovely. It would be a black shape with this cut out in the middle of it. But if you're one of our teams using the kits of free materials, there will be some tissue paper and there'll be some cellophane. Cellophane's probably better for this bit, so that's what I'm going to use. If you haven't got any big packs of cellophane kicking around, eat some more sweets and use those coloured wrappings that are on them. It's a really good excuse for getting somebody to buy a lovely box of chocolates. So I'm just going to cut out a couple of bits here. There's some blue and a bit of green and a bit of red, I think. And I'm going to go away and finish this off now, and I'll come back in a minute or two. But all we need to do now is just put a bit of that PVA round where you want the cellophane to go, and then stick it on. It will move around quite a bit. You can be as precise as you like with this. But there you go. That's all we need to do now. It's up to you how much of the whole pattern you cover. Are you going to do all of it? Are you just going to do a little bit of it? I think I'm going to have a bit of green down here, pop some green on there. As I said, I'm going to go on and do this. I'll come back in a few minutes. So here we have it. My whole tree covered in cellophane. All the spaces I can see filled. I'll probably find a couple of little gaps afterwards. But now I need to let it sit. Just let it dry. It looks a bit of a mess on this side, but hopefully the other side will have nice sharp lines and nice bright colours. And that's all you do. We'll do this on a bigger scale, twice the size of this. So you've got room to make something big and spectacular, something that will fill a window and give passers-by and yourselves a lovely warm stained glass window of a treat for a cold February night. Thanks very much. Bye for now.